What is up, everybody? This is JP, your online personal trainer. First things first, again, like I told you last time, my website is up. I just changed the domain. You could check out my website on my YouTube page. In the corner of my channel picture, in the bottom right corner, it'll have my website location. You can go there. But the official name for my website is just jpthepersonaltrainer.com. That is jpthepersonaltrainer.com. No spaces, no dashes, as plain as it can get. Again, jpthepersonaltrainer.com. I don't have too much on there right now. I think I have like 3 total posts. I have an article, a back workout, and a blog post put up. But again, I'm going to keep adding content into there, into the website's full content. Keep checking back there weekly. Again, all my social media is linked on there: my Instagram, my Facebook, my Twitter, and obviously my YouTube here. You can check out my YouTube videos there also. If you guys have any feedback, go there. Again, tell your friends if they want free workouts, all that stuff. There's a lot of good information on there, but please check that out. Today's video is going to be on 3 superfoods, or foods that I consider superfoods. Again, superfood is just a term for all-around healthy food, and in my opinion, it has to be a tasty food too, and again, taste is very subjective, but again, I think that these foods are, they're tasty, especially if they're not maybe tasty exactly how they are now. If you cook it or add something to it, it could be tasty, and the main reason why they're superfoods is because they are healthy. They're extremely healthy. They're things that people need, and there's specific reasons why I pick these, because they're usually things that people don't get enough of, and you may know about them, you may know about them. One of these is obviously pretty popular. The first is garbanzo beans, also known as chickpeas. Again, it's just a bean, plain and simple. You can get them at the store in a can. I'm not sure if they sell them in bags. I'm gonna go for each food. I'm gonna go over the calories and all the information for it. So for garbanzo beans, it's 110 calories per half a cup, which I'll get into the good stuff later on. But that's, again, you can't eat a lot of these, not get full. But 110 calories per half a cup, 6 grams of protein per half a cup, 2 grams of fat per half a cup, and that's polyunsaturated and monounsaturated fat, no saturated fats. And then carbohydrates, it's 18 grams with 6 grams of fiber, which is amazing, and only 1 gram of sugar. So just going off these right there, for just 110 calories, that's a good amount of protein, a good amount of carbohydrates, and a little bit of fat. Not a ton of fat, not a big fat source, but it still has some fat in there. For someone looking for garbanzo beans, I'm like 99% sure they are not a complete protein, which means they do not have all 9 essential amino acids that you have to take in through diet. But if you couple that with a grain or some other type of grain or other food, you are going to make it a complete protein. It's real easy, and I'm going to talk about some food options later on that you can combine these with. But again, right there, just looking at the protein, carbs, fats, it's a good, well-rounded balance right there. These are good to add into any meal. If you want a healthy carbohydrate, healthy protein to put into any meal, I would definitely pick garbanzo beans. The main thing to look at, and our first good point, is it's a great source of fiber and protein. And I want to really point out the fiber. Again, fiber is going to basically slow the speed of digestion, or basically it's going to make it a low on the glycemic index. Basically, like for example, if you just take pure sugar, sugar is going to be high in the glycemic index. It's going to be digested extremely fast, which is going to spike insulin, which again is going to lead to could lead to things like inflammation, fat. It's going to promote fat storage, things that you don't want if you're trying to be healthy. So, that's obviously, you want a lot of fiber in your diet. Most Americans do not get nearly enough fiber. Another thing too is that basically, and this is from fiber again too, it's really good for our digestive tract support. It's not just a lot of fiber, it's a lot of insoluble fiber, which our body's not going to directly use, like soluble fiber. So again, it just comes down to Americans not getting enough fiber. So if you want per a whole cup, it's going to have, or half a cup, it's going to have 6 grams of fiber. So per 1 whole cup, that's 12 grams of fiber, which I'm pretty sure is around 50% of the daily recommended value for people. But I would, you could go higher than that. I would recommend getting more than that. Basically, if you just want to be an overall more healthy individual, want to get more fiber in your diet. And one of the key things for garbanzo beans too is that it's high satiety, which means it's going to fill you up more versus other foods. If you don't know what satiety means, all that means is a feeling of fullness. You could take 2 different foods with the same amount of calories, and you can eat, again, the same amount of calories worth of each food, and they're not going to fill you up the same way. Like, for example, if you take a candy bar, that's low satiety. You can eat a candy bar, it's not going to really fill you up. That could be like 300-400 calories right there. If you ate 300-400 calories of garbanzo beans, which is like 2 whole cups, that's going to fill you up a lot. So again, for people who are looking on a low, or who are trying to lose weight, who want to get a lot of healthy calories in, but doesn't want to feel hungry after the meal, which is always a horrible feeling. You're done with your food and you still feel hungry, but at the same time, it's the amount of calories that you were told to eat. That's a horrible feeling. You know, you want to feel full. Garbanzo beans are a really good way to go. Our second food, which is just avocado. Again, this is probably definitely the most popular one on the list. It's 234 calories per 1 cup. That's not one of the key strong points for people trying to lose weight is avocado. It is a lot of calories because it does have a lot of fat. It's 3 grams of protein, 21 grams of fat, 12 grams of carbohydrates, and of the 12 grams of carbohydrates, 10 grams is fiber and only 1 gram is sugar. But the main reason why it's a lot of calories is because on average, fat is 9 calories per gram. Protein and carbs on average are 4 calories per gram. So basically, if you take a gram of fat and you take a gram of protein or carbs, fat is on average more than double the calories per gram. So that's why avocado just tends to be really high in calories. But again, for someone who, fat is good to have in the diet. Not a lot of bad fat. Avocados have a little bit of saturated fat, a little bit of polyunsaturated fat, but mostly monounsaturated fat, which is healthy. It promotes heart health. But a lot of people don't get enough fat in the diet, especially good fats. You know, it's either one of the extremes. They're usually getting a ton of bad fat, or they're trying to avoid a lot of fat in their diet. But again, fat is needed for hormone production and then also for vitamin storage. And for women, if you want proper menstrual cycles, you need to have a proper amount of body fat on you to do that. Everyone wants to be super lean, super lean, super lean, which is good to be relatively low levels of body fat. But by low, I don't mean like 5, 6, 7%. That's just going to be unhealthy in the long run. So again, if you want healthy fat, again, for hormone production, proper hormone production, for vitamin storage, things like that, you definitely want to add avocados to your diet. Just do not add too much. Again, like I said, it's high in calories. Now just go over some small facts. Lots of healthy fats, like I said. High micronutrient count. So if you are low on certain micronutrients, any micronutrients, definitely eat avocados. And micronutrients are anything that's on a macronutrient. Macronutrients are proteins, carbs, and fats. Micronutrients are things like vitamin K, vitamin E, minerals and vitamins. Basically, any minerals or vitamins. So yeah, if you definitely need more micronutrients in your diet, and you feel like your diet seems to be, you know, some people try to eat a bodybuilder diet and all they eat is chicken and brown rice. Yeah, that might be, well, I'm vegan, so I don't think chicken's healthy at all, and it's not. But even if you do think that's healthy, it's still no micronutrients in that type of diet. You know, you need some type of vegetables, or technically avocados or fruit, things like that. And then, like I already talked about, for garbanzo beans, is that I just said a little bit ago that avocado is very high in fiber. 10 grams of fiber per 1 cup, which is excellent. As you can tell, all 3 of these foods are going to be low on the glycemic index, which means they're not going to spike insulin. They're going to provide energy over the long run, things like that. They're not going to basically promote fat storage, elevate insulin levels over a long period of time. And if you do not know the long-term consequences of eating things that are high glycemic, it just means that you can end up becoming a diabetic, you know, which is never good. So again, high in fiber, a lot of people need more of that. The last food, which is spinach. You definitely have heard of this, you know, Popeye reference. And this is extremely low calories. It's only 7 calories per 1 cup. That is ridiculous. Like, I can't even believe that. Sometimes I just look at a cup of spinach and I'm like, I could put 5 cups of spinach on here and it's just barely any calories, which is going to talk about the good things later on in satiety. But just to go over the macronutrients real quick, it's only 1 gram of protein per 1 cup, which is, again, 7 calories. 0 fats. Depending on where you look, it might be 0.1 grams of fat, but basically no fat. And carbs, 1.1 grams of carbs, with 0.7 grams of carbs from fiber and only 0.1 grams of carbs from sugar, which is basically no sugar at all. Again, depending on where you look for these macronutrients, it might be slightly different, but that's the average or the gist of what it is in spinach. Great for satiety and calories, just like with garbanzo beans, but even better, it really fills you up. If you eat 3 cups of spinach in a salad or something, which again, I'm going to go over meals after I'm done with the spinach if you put it in a salad, it's really going to fill you up and it's going to be low calories. So for people losing weight, you need to add spinach. And some people say lettuce. Well, yeah, lettuce is the same way, but just based off of the fact that this is a superfood and it contains a lot of micronutrients, I would prefer spinach, and I just prefer the taste of spinach anyways. One thing good about spinach is it has a lot of anti-inflammatory and anti-cancer agents. Anti-cancer, which means prevents cancer, obviously, and then anti-inflammatory. Inflammatory just means when it kind of puffs up or it gets like swollen, red, and inflamed. You basically, if you want to be lean, cut, then you don't want to be puffy, inflamed, swollen looking, kind of like that. If you've seen anyone in bodybuilder terms, you don't want to look soft. You want to look dense and hard. So I would definitely recommend, that's what anti-inflammatory means. And it's because that spinach has a lot of phytonutrients due to its micronutrient content, its vitamins and mineral content. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals. So I would definitely, that's another good reason why you need to get spinach. And then the last one, same thing. Overall, it's not a lot of fiber. It's only 0.7 grams of fiber and 7 calories. But when you look at the ratio of fiber per the amount of calories it is, that's actually a lot of fiber for what it is. So if you want some fiber from this too, it's for the ratio, it actually is pretty high in fiber. So that's definitely the take for all these is, again, besides avocados, garbanzo beans and spinach are good on calories. They're high satiety. They make you feel full. Avocados, not so much. I wouldn't go nuts with the avocado because you can't easily overeat with avocado. Some people really like it. But to get healthy fats, add a little bit of avocado here and there. And then for the few people who are watching who have trouble gaining weight, don't go nuts with avocado still, but you can add a little bit more avocado than your average person because you need to get probably some healthy fats, a little bit more healthy protein, a little bit more healthy carbs. For garbanzo beans, what I like to do is, for a meal, what I like to do is for people who, I'm vegan, for people who are vegan, or even if you're not vegan, try this out. Tell me if you like it. Don't be biased. Don't be judgmental. Just eat it and go simply by taste. Take garbanzo beans, find a healthy type of mayonnaise. Maybe you can make your own healthy type of mayonnaise. Stay away from saturated fats as much as you can. A little bit's okay. I'm not saying it's okay in the long run, but it's okay for the fact that you're eating majority clean anyways. But find a healthy mayonnaise with polyunsaturated, monounsaturated fats, and blend up the garbanzo beans in some type of blender, and then add mayonnaise to it, and then maybe some spices like pepper, things like that. And then you can make like a kind of like a tuna mix, but without actually putting tuna in it. You could put it on some whole grain bread, or you could put it on like a whole grain tortilla, or if you find the tortillas that are made from vegetables, you could put that in there to make like a tortilla wrap with like a garbanzo bean blend. So again, garbanzo beans with some healthy mayonnaise, maybe some pepper in there, a little bit of mustard. Then put some, again, you could combine it with spinach too. If you put it on a whole grain sandwich, so it could be blended garbanzo beans with mayonnaise with some spinach on a whole grain sandwich with tomato too. That would be absolutely amazing. I eat it just like that. I eat it myself and I absolutely love it. Honestly, before I went vegan, being completely unbiased, there are some vegan meals that, how do I say it? There are some vegan meals that some vegans try to say, oh, this is better than the real thing. And it's not. It's complete bullshit. I'm not being a biased vegan. But this is one of the things that is better than tuna in my 100% opinion. You could give me something that tastes exactly like tuna that's still vegan, and then give me this, and I would rather take a garbanzo beans blend sandwich over that any day. And then on top of that too, you can add avocado to that. On top of that, with spinach, avocado, garbanzo bean sandwich, perfect. You can make it into a wrap. You can make the garbanzo beans into a dip with some healthy chips if you just want a snack. Avocado, you already know avocado. You could basically add that to anything that you want. So yeah, I would definitely do that. Spinach, again, you can make a spinach salad. If you put you could get a little bit of healthy ranch dressing, vegan ranch dressing, or you can get some creamy Italian dressing. I know that's vegan. If you put the base as spinach instead of lettuce, that's an easy way to lower your calories. And if you only put a little bit of dressing, you won't have that much of a problem. You could have something that tastes good, that is for the whole majority clean eating. Again, I'm not for the if it's your macros. You can check my video out on that. I don't think that you should just focus on macronutrients. If you're not looking at micronutrients, then you're going to be missing out a big portion of your diet. But if you're still getting in spinach, which covers a lot of the micronutrients, you have a little bit of dressing, which may not be the best, but it's just a little bit. It's controlled, but everything else is healthy in your plate. Like if you had to give your plate a grade between an A, B, D, C, or F, in my opinion, if you're a B plus or higher, you're good. That's just my opinion. You can try to aim for A, but why not go from like an A to a B plus, but an A tastes like shit and then a B plus tastes good? I'd rather have a B plus meal and healthiness and like a health-wise meal, and then it tastes amazing, versus have an A or A minus, which is just a little bit healthier, and it tastes not that good. So that's just my opinion for people who are struggling out there. Healthy eating doesn't have to be bad, but if you like these videos, please like, share, and subscribe. Again, you can check out all my social media on my website. Again, it's jpthepersonaltrainer.com, jpthepersonaltrainer.com. Again, you can check out my Facebook, my Twitter, my Instagram, and you already know about my YouTube since you're watching this video. Please give this video a thumbs up and share it with any friends that have a question on foods that they should eat to lose weight and become healthier. But until next time, see ya.